Welcome, Kyra Secure family. I am delighted to be with you this September. Listen, I know September is an extraordinarily busy month. Why? Because, well, you've got students going back to school. It's the end of the summer. People are putting away their beach balls and putting and strapping down for the fall. So it is exciting because, well, there's backpacks that we need to talk about, and there's going back to school and the lunch and the nutrition. All those things wrap up to a very busy fall ahead of us. And speaking of very busy, listen, I'm on the road. I just got back from Palmer's 125th homecoming. What an amazing event. And if you desire to meet with me at any one of the conferences coming up, please do so. Next one coming up, I'll be in Salt Lake City, Utah next weekend. So if you're there, say hi. Then we'll be heading right over to La Jolla for the Cal Cairo special and then into Alaska. And last, we'll be heading into Carl Cleveland's Cleveland 100-year homecoming celebration. So do not miss me wherever I go. If you're there, I would love to shake your hand and thank you for being part of the greatest movement in chiropractic history. And that's why we are here today to talk about the springboard to September's campaign. We're going to jump right into our slides and talk to you now a little bit about why we're here. Grateful. These sponsors have stuck with us and had some amazing accomplishments because of them. Thank you, Cairo Secure. You're part of our family, and we absolutely adore you for all the support that you offered during Chirothon. Now we're moving into Sherry. What is Chirothon all about? This was a outside the box moment, and I want to share it with you because it's going to propel us into the future. And one of the things that we have to remember is my favorite individual who I often go to and look back over sagely advice is Albert Einstein, an incredibly bright man. And his quote that always rings true to me is the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. And I will tell you that at the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, it is our intelligent members that help push us along and build a better, braver, brighter future for patients across the world. And I'll get back to that in a moment. So, Chirothon, what was it about? It was an opportunity for us to not only bring ourselves to celebrate our profession, but to elevate the education across the nation. And you supported us. In fact, Cairo Secure came in very, very strong and pushed the opportunities to really learn about what are the benefits from several different individuals. And I'll share with you who are they and why were you there or why were you not there. In the future, we want to be participating together. It is unity that is going to push the progress of our profession. In this particular one, it was supporting the event Chirothon at the FCA, the National. And what was it all about? Well, for some of you that are a little bit older, you may remember our famous man, Jerry Lewis. What did he do? Well, his whole plight was to get the information out about muscular dystrophy. And he did so in a very fun, relatable way. Thousands in his audience and hundreds of millions of dollars raised. Well, that was in fact the intent of our event. I had the luxury of being with Dr. Fab Mancini, and we showcased to the world. And I say that because as we get through some of these slides, you're going to see that not only did we reach the chiropractic audience on how we're building awareness, but we reached so many fabulous patients and those looking to be patients over the course of that weekend. And that's really what we look at in springboarding what we're going to do in September for our campaign. And I know we're a few days in, we only have a few days left. That's okay. It's never too late to do what needs to be done when it comes to Drug-Free Pain Management Awareness Month. So going back to how did Chirothon make an impact? Well, we wanted to actually leverage what we did in Tokyo when we did the Olympic commercial. And most of you will actually recall how that commercial came together. It was, in fact, behind the scenes, a very fantastic Erica Witter Davis that came to the Olympics, injured her back, and in so doing, We actually had the most amazing, honest, true story. Now, we all know in media these days it can be a little sketch, but this is an absolutely true story of a fabulous physician, ready, willing, and able to step up into treating patients now that are heading to the Olympics. So, from athlete to treating Olympic futures, it couldn't have been a better story. And that's why that Olympic commercial that you all saw aired so well in the Olympic Tokyo. And I just want to remind you that as we moved forward, why did we want to do Chirathon and leverage? Well, let me tell you, we had 200 million views of that commercial. And we only aired it in the United States, but yet it still had the leverage to get to 58 countries. How in the world can you get to 58 countries? And an answer is you. You did it. You promoted that commercial. You watched when it was being aired and you shared it with your patients. There's no other way we could have done it. And I'll tell you, NBC was profoundly impacted enough that they put it in the best of Tokyo on that Sunday. And it is important to remember what happened in the past so we can continue to build on the future. And that's why they gave us those 10 free spots. And 133,000 individuals came to our Find a Doctor directory that week. So listen, you can't stop there. And that was the impetus for why Chirathon. It was born out of trying to leverage the excitement and the enthusiasm that the Olympic commercial gave us. So we had, as I said, Dr. Fab Mancini as the host with me. It was a 4-day event. If you were there, I sincerely thank you for showing up and showing up strong. If you weren't, don't miss other opportunities to join with us and unite this fabulous profession, because we can't do it without our grassroots efforts. Listen, we're not the pharmaceutical companies. We don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to educate the patients during the nightly news, but we do have our word of mouth and we do have social media. And that's what made it such a special event. So we kicked it off with fabulous comedian Marvin Lee, Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Chiropractic Soul, co-author with Jack Canfield, and last, our veteran, an amazing individual, Mr. Shiloh Harris, who just lit up the stage. He is such a gentleman and such a great story. And his book that came out, Steel Will, is phenomenal. And so many people picked up that book and got it hand signed that it was, for me, a moment of being grateful, being blessed to be in this profession. Now, as you saw going through some of the things that happened, we actually live streamed this, and we couldn't have done it without ChiroSecure. We had a fabulous team behind the scenes working hard and diligently for 4 days. We streamed over 12 hours, probably a little more than 12 hours, with this great team. And that was one of the things that made this such a special event, is that Kairos could show up and just listen and enjoy. And we had lots of FCA that'll come by and watch us record as we were live streaming on 12 different channels. And that was not only streamed on our YouTube and our website, but also their Facebook Lives. And that really made a difference on how we were reaching our audience. And as you can see here, we had vignettes. Oh, we had vignettes. One of them that stuck out with me was with LaShawn Merritt. He is, if you recall, the 3-time US Olympic champion. I got to hold his gold medals, and I will tell you, they're heavy. And he was just a brave soldier talking about how his body is a machine and it needs to be tuned up and it fires because the motion is absolutely fluid. And imagine those that are listening that don't know anything about chiropractic. It inspires them to say, if an Olympic athlete depends on this type of fluidity with chiropractic, then of course it might be good for my activities of daily living. We also had wonderful guests like Christy Hudson. What a powerful impact she made. She was the one that talked about her patient journey experience and how she even came into this profession, not to be undone by a very, very academic and intellectual speaker, Dennis DeLuca, with biotics research, talking about wellness and what that meant. So it was live streamed, and those vignettes are still available. You can actually pick them up and utilize them on your website, maybe a social media posting, whatever you feel like doing. And remember, it's never too late to donate. And that's what Kyrathon was really about. f4cp.org/Kyrathon. You can find it all there. And of course, you can continue to donate. It's a special moment for everyone that was invited. And one of the pieces, as I say, these vignettes are still out there, and there's two more here that were focused on nutrition. There's lots of them, but this is Dr. Kimberly Busen, and she's with Standard Process. We also tied together, and if you have not heard Dr. John Rosa speak, you have to. He'll be in Alaska with me, and it will be phenomenal. He is powered up, he's passionate, and he is ready, set, fire. And it will encourage you to be more aggressive in your community because so many people are suffering. And again, these are our top sponsors that made Kyrathon happen. But Kyrathon was more than just an event. It was a building of unity. And let me share with you a little bit about what does that unity mean? Well, in fact, for the first time in the history of chiropractic, we brought together everyone. The first ever Kyrathon attracts worldwide audience. Now we're estimating approximately 40% of our audience was non-DC. And ability to get it across the world through our Google Analytics. And we had 85,000 viewers for that event throughout the vignette. So it is magnificent. We raised $178,000. So thank you for the ability to have this move forward. But we also had 400 plus donations that were from non-chiropractors. In fact, one that stands out in my head is a high school student who donated $2.50. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but let me tell you this. When someone donates, especially a teenager, to a cause that they see, you know they love their chiropractor, and no one can meet the passion and the desire to improve the information that's going out there than you. And we got lots of comments, but let me tell you this. One of the best parts of the comments was a common thread. I love my chiropractor. I love my chiropractor. I hope you love your chiropractor. So 50 of you joined the foundation during Chirothon. So for that, I'm eternally grateful. And it's a moment in time where it just makes me smile from ear to ear. And I hope that should you see other events like this, please join us because that's where we're going to go. And speaking of joining us, we need that September campaign to kick off. So we're going to tackle it with you. We still have time. You saw the September marketing roadmap. If you're not a member, this is how you become a member, is by getting onto our website, f4cp.org/package. Pick the package that's right for you. If you're a member of your state or organization, you'll be getting it from your state leadership, and that is what we classify as our entry level into the foundation. So what do you really need to do during September's Drug-Free Pain Management Awareness Month? I need to have you step outside your office, like I did for Kyrathon as the co-host, like your patients did when they came to watch the vignettes, like you did when you allowed that Olympic commercial to take legs and get to over 200 million views. So let's get the proclamations and resolutions signed. Here's one that just came in just recently, and it's from our member, Dr. Judd Sprendel. And if you're out there, Dr. Judd, you know we love you. We know we appreciate you. And every year you are consistent and persistent. And I want to recognize that it's that kind of tenacity that makes this profession so fabulous. We're not ones to sit down. We're always there to stand up for our patients, stand up for our profession, and ensure that the wellness is promoted. And let's be honest, opioids are continuing to kill our communities, and the rate is not slowing down. In fact, it's picking up. And if it's picking up, we need to do more. We need to be there with them. We need to be discussing it, but we need to get out of our offices. And if you're part of a legislation or any type of organization that is involved with getting legislation passed, get that proclamation on the docket. If you want to get it in a media release, feel free to do so. You can contact Alexis, our marketing fabulous director at Alexis at f4cp.com. She will pull a media list for you if you're silver level membership or higher that will help you connect to your media resource in your community. But we need to sharpen our saw. And now you see some of our September series, some of it is over, but the month is not over. So look at some of these new ones that are coming in, and we want to make sure that you get the recordings. If you're silver member or higher, you have access to all our recordings, so please utilize those. And I always want to make sure, well, you're up to date. I adore the fact that you join me with Facebook Live every month, and I want to make sure you have the latest, greatest, most motivating information possible. So let's talk about the latest, greatest moment. New podcast just released at 125-year Palmer Homecoming with Lou Sportelli. This is our history maker. When patients hear what we've been through and patients recognize where we are right now, the future will be so much brighter. So listen to this podcast. We want to make it the most listened to podcast in healthcare history, period. Period. We can only do it with you. So take the moment, get your cell phone out, capture that QR code, download it, share it with 5, 10, 15, or 20 friends or more. Put it on your website, throw it out on social media. Let the world know we are resilient. The profession is fabulous because we stick together and we're building the information that people need to know. And there's no other legend than Dr. Lou Sportelli that could tell the truth about who sore throat was. What was the assassination of the chiropractic profession? And how did it help us become real wellness providers and people that are willing to step into your pain and deliver a therapy that is drug-free? Don't miss this opportunity to join me in history making. If you missed Chirothon, don't miss this. Dr. Lou Sportelli is an amazing individual that will share that information with your audience. And I want to tell you how important it was. I had the opportunity to do an Urban Health Today podcast, millions of listeners. And when I off screen got to tell her what happened to us in the past, she was shocked and she invited me back because the story is real and most people never get to hear what happened to us and how we persevered and how we're growing and rising up and building a better future for everyone. So please, Urban Health Today was excited enough to have their listeners hear that story. Will you do it with your patients, your family, your friends, your community? I hope the answer is yes. Now, we continue to do billboards. And if you're out there and you're in Ohio, good for you. Look at the number of billboards. You have 7 of them. You're making a difference. You're putting a footprint across your state talking about discovering better health. And that, my friends, is fabulous. So, there's a lot of time. We also have some other billboards that will be coming into play. And why billboards? Well, in Canton, Ohio, I think there is people that are active, like Dr. Judd Sprendell, that need the encouragement and constant reminder that we have the opportunities to make a difference. And here on this one slide is a Northwest District of Ohio State Chiropractic Association. They actually build their own billboard. So on top of their state doing it, they gathered 10 or so, or maybe more. I don't have their number right with me, but to do for their one district a massive outreach. And so think about where you're at. Think about who you're with. Who's your mentor? Mine, Albert Einstein. Who's yours in your community? Can you build a greater, bigger, better, bolder, braver future for chiropractic by outreaching into your community? These are staff webinars. That's bold. Bring your staff with you. Wherever you go, educate them, fire them up, investing in health quality with your staff, bringing them into the recipe for success. Why proper scripting is important. That's coming up. Don't miss these opportunities to build. Speaking of building, we're building our profession. So let's build together. Let's build a future that's bright by having the opportunities available, such as a job fair. Remember, I told you I'm thinking outside the box. Well, here's one of those moments. Next month, We will be launching the very first job fair. Every year, we survey our members, and you know what we get back? A major pain point. For most, they're having difficulties hiring an associate. And that is why we're trying to hold this event to support our doctor members. You're out there, you want to hire an associate? Well, join us. You need to register. Where do you register? That's why I'm keeping this on the screen. You can register at f4cp.vfairs.com. Again, you'll see that in the bottom right corner, f4cp.vfairs.com. That is registration for employers and job seekers. Yes, we're doing our job. If you want to hire, we're going to find those graduates or doctors that just want to maybe move and find you as an opportunity to get started in a new way. We want to prepare you. So we're preparing yourself to get hired or to find the best associate for your clinic. If you want to come, there's 2 panels available September 27th. This is live, folks, so you got to block off your calendar if you want to be involved in this. Lock your calendar down for September 27th. You can see the time. It's a little early for the Californians. It's a little later for those on the East Coast, but let's join together. There's 2 of these. One is how to get hired for those that are looking to find a new job, what to look for, what to think about. This panel rocks. I'm telling you, their skill set, amazing. And then how to find the best associate for your clinic. What are some of the things that you really need to focus on and the opportunities that will be coming for them? So remember, we're thinking outside the box. 3 things. Chirathon was fabulous because you got involved. Number 1. Number 2, podcast, Lou Sportelli. Share that everywhere you can, because we want the world to know we're growing. And we had to come from a very difficult past to build a beautiful future. And Dr. Lou Sportelli is the one to do it. Last, Job Fair September month campaign. Lots going on. So stick with me. I greatly appreciate you as always. Thank you for being part of the foundation. Thank you for watching today. And do not miss next Tuesday, because once again, we will be with the outstanding Mark Student. Never want to miss those opportunities to grow together, build our future bigger, better, brighter, and bolder. We will see you next month. Thanks for joining me today.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.